Hey guys, it's Dr. Polly, and right now we're going to do exercise 11, which is on page 209 of your book. We're going to start off using a revolve base on the front plane, and I'm going to give myself a axis of symmetry here, and I'm going to go ahead and sketch a rough outline of what this thing uh, is probably going to eventually look like. Like so. Now, when you do these dimensions, you'll notice that everything's, of course, given in diameters because when it references a circle, it'll give a diameter. Uh, just make sure to divide everything by 2, or just go ahead and do diametric dimensioning. We can go ahead and do that. So the inside circle is 2, so I'm going to say from here to here, come out that way, is going to be 2. Just make sure you don't get confused when you do this and accidentally half something that you're not supposed to half. From here to here, let's just go ahead and do that, and we'll go ahead and stretch that out to 4. From here to here is going to be 1.5, and then from here to here is going to be a ½ inch, so 0.5. All right, so there's those. The inside here is 1.25, so from here to here is a 1.25. All right, so now from here, which is the outside, which is a 3-inch diametric. What else we got? 4-inch from here, so there it's going to be 4, and then this is 6. So you can see how you can dimension that way and not have too big of a problem. The inside is 2.5, so 2.5. All right, so there is that. Now I could go through and put the fillets in if I wanted to, but I'm gonna hold off on that and just knock them out with the fillet tool in the feature mode. So that's that. We're good with it. Finish it. Automatically revolves, so that makes it nice and easy. The next part I want to work with is, I'm going to switch it around to the right side, and I'm going to go ahead and put the holes in it. Now, these holes, use the hole wizard, are basically they're counterbores for 1032 socket head cap screws. And so if you know it's a 1032 socket head cap screw, it'll automatically, set everything for you. So socket head cap screw, number 10, okay. The termination is through all, so in condition is a through all, such as that. Fit's going to be normal. Show custom sizing, and you can check, and these should match up with your hole notes. It's a 0.201 through all with a counterbore of 375 and a depth of 0.190, which is correct. Okay. Make sure that this annoying little near side countersink is not selected. Positions on this face here, I'm going to go ahead and break out a circle, or actually I'll just offset. I'm going to offset this using offset geometry. So click this, and the distance in, it's a 5-inch diameter. My outside's a 6, so it needs to go in 0.5. Oops, and it needs to go to the inside. There we go. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and take a point, and I'm going to place it right there, vertical. And so there's that one. Now, we all know the drill on this. There's no point in putting them all on there when we can just simply take a circle pattern. So linear, I'm going to go to circular pattern. The first one wants to know direction, so I'm going to say share this axis. How many of them are there going to be? It looks like there's 6, so that's good. Features and faces. Now here's the easy way to do it. If I just click this, sometimes it doesn't grab all of it that I want. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select it off the tree here. Okay, and there we go. Propagate, partial view. I can do full preview if I wanted, it doesn't really matter. And then say OK. And there's my circle pattern. The next thing I want to knock out is going to be the hole that's right here that goes straight through the center. The way I'm going to handle that is I'm going to say sketch on this surface. I'm going to break out a center line, and I'm going to go from here straight up vertical to there, and I'm finished with that sketch. Then I'm going to go to my features, and I'm going to take reference geometry. I want a plane. My first reference is going to be that line that I just drew. My second reference will be this surface, and if you notice, it's going to be perpendicular to the line and tangent to the surface, which is exactly where I want it. So I'm going to say OK. Now with that plane selected, I'm going to, is it a tapped hole? It is. Yes. So it's a 201 through, 1/4 inch 20 UNC through. So it's just a plain tapped hole that goes through up until the inside surface here. So I'm gonna say hole wizard, standard tapped hole. So it's not bottoming, it's just tapped. It is going to be a 1/4 inch 20. Okay. In condition is through. Thread callout's fine. If you want to see show custom sizing, you'll notice it's 0.201 inch hole, which is correct. Then they add the threading. Position, notice I already had that plane selected. Now I'm going to get a center line. I'm going to snap to, I'll let you move it over here so you can see. I'm going to snap to that line, hopefully. It's the same as 6 1/2 dozen the other. Straight through like that. I'm going to place my point on that line right here. I'm going to dimension that in, and that distance is 1 from the back. So from this edge to the center, it's going to be 1 enter. I'm good. So that's good with dimensioning. Now, if you notice, it's going to try to cut all the way through that. I don't want it to go all the way through that. Okay. Actually, yeah. So it went all the way through. So I need to fix that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back into this. I should have done it beforehand. Edit feature. And instead of the in condition being through all, I'm going to change it to up to surface, and I'm going to pick the inside of this. And you'll notice that it goes through, but it doesn't go all the way through the object. And I'll say OK. And there's that hole. All right, so I'm going to hide my plane. Sorry, I'm used to Autodesk where you right click everything. And I'm going to hide that. Now the next thing I want to do is go through and add, I've got a chamfer on this edge here. And let's see if I got another chamfer. What's it calling for here? 2 radiuses. So it's 2 chamfers at 0.075 by 45 degrees. So I'll go ahead and go chamfer. Distance is 0.075. 45 degrees, we're good. It's on this edge and this edge. Hit enter. So there's that chamfer. I'm going to go ahead and put my fillets on as well. My fillets are radiuses of 0.2, so 0.2 enter. And it's going to be on this edge and this edge. We're good. I'm going to go back to my chamfer. I just realized that this has the same chamfer. So we're going to go ahead and go back to that, edit the feature. Add this one as well. Okay, so now they all have that chamfer, and there's those 2 fillets. The one handy thing about this tree and stuff like that is you can always go back and edit a feature or a sketch that created a feature anytime you need. Alright, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out this slot. And the slot, several ways you can do it. We're going to do a extruded cut from the front surface here. I'm going to do a corner to corner, and I'm going to make sure that that rectangle on the top is far enough to where it exceeds this, so when I cut back it'll go ahead and clear it all. I could be very picky and make it fit perfectly and stuff, but there's really no point in that right now. So let me go ahead and get this to face me again. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to grab the midpoint of that, hold control, and make it vertical with the origin. My dimension for this, the bottom of this goes 1.250 down from there. This just has to be large enough to cut through the top. If I really wanted to get fancy with it, I know for a fact that I could sit there and do that and then hold shift or control actually and grab that and then make them coincident, and that would bring it down to there if I needed it, just to make it neater. I could dimension. I need a dimension. The width of this, now because I centered it, that means dimension will center itself, is 0.850. Enter, and there's that. So I'm going to finish my sketch. How far back does it go? I'm going to have to use a blind, and it's 525. So 0.525. Enter, enter again, and there is that cut. Okay, so there is, I believe, a quick glance. Now, if I skip something or I miss something, you kind of have to understand I'm kind of hurrying through this to get you guys caught up with where you need to be. It's stainless steel, chrome stainless steel, so let's go ahead and edit my material. Steel, chrome stainless, apply it. Okay. And there's my part. Exercise 11, so file, save as. Exercise 11.